Most men think getting a woman's body means they've won her. But the truth is, she only gives herself with respect. And if you don't know what that looks like, you're probably confusing attention with real desire. She might flirt, tease, even sleep with you. But unless she sees you as a high-value man, her soul stays locked away. Stoicism isn't just a philosophy. It's the energy that separates boys she plays with from the man she secretly wants to serve, crave, and keep. And once you understand these 6 behaviors, you'll never chase respect again. You'll become the man it's offered to. If this video speaks to something you felt but couldn't explain, I'd love your help. Hit the like button, leave your thoughts in the comments, or share this with a brother who needs to hear it. The more we grow this message, the more men we free from playing small. So let's break it all down, starting with the first shift in her behavior that most men miss completely, but that changes everything when it shows up. Let's get real with the first shift. She only gives her body to a man she can't emotionally dismiss. You want the truth? A woman can be attracted to your face, your style, even your money, and still never let you touch her deeply. Not her body, not her respect, not her soul. Why? Because she only gives herself with respect. And respect doesn't come from compliments or persistence. It comes from how you carry yourself and how easy it is for her to imagine submitting to you. That's the silent contract she signs before things even go physical. A woman's desire isn't logical, it's emotional and primal. You don't unlock it by being nice or agreeable. You unlock it by becoming the man she sees as unshakable. The man who leads with stoicism, who doesn't chase, who speaks like he already knows what she wants. Even before she says it, that man doesn't beg for intimacy. He walks into the room, and she decides internally that she doesn't want to be just his friend. That's deep attraction tied to genuine admiration. Here's what most guys miss. Female respect comes before surrender. She flirts with guys she doesn't respect. She'll party with them, laugh with them, even tease, but she won't give herself fully to them. That part, the vulnerable, feminine, slow-breathing version of her, only comes out for a high-value man. And he doesn't need to convince her. He creates the man-woman dynamics that make her feel safe enough to offer it. Imagine this, you're out with her, and instead of asking what she wants to do, you just say, "Be ready at 8, wear something red." That alone triggers something she doesn't get from most men. You're not being rude, you're offering direction with confidence. And when she shows up dressed exactly how you asked, smiling slightly like she's been waiting all week for this, you'll understand that this is what women only do for men they respect. It's not the red dress, it's what it represents. The moment she starts anticipating your lead, you've already shifted her mindset. She's not thinking, "Do I like him?" She's thinking, "How can I keep this going?" That's how you know she's adjusting her behavior. Leaning into her faithful woman behavior, responding to your presence. She's quieter. She touches you more. Her eyes hold longer. These are the signs of respect most men miss because they're too busy chasing surface attention. If you want access to the part of her she doesn't give to just anyone, the part that submits, pleases, and wants to be consumed, stop trying to talk your way in. Start showing her you don't need her approval. Walk like you've already got options. Speak like you know who you are. She admires you when you carry weight in the room without trying to prove it. That's what makes her feel chosen when she finally chooses to let you in. And if she gives you that access, don't get it twisted. It wasn't about the dinner or the compliments. It was about how you made her feel powerful and feminine. The second you show her that respect is stronger than love, she offers you more than just her body. She gives you her loyalty, and that's when things really start to shift. What comes out when you're not around? She protects your name like it's her own. There's a way to know if a woman sees you as just another guy or as the man she can't afford to lose. And you'll never see it when you're with her. You'll see it in how she talks about you when you're not in the room. When a woman truly respects a man, she becomes his shield. She won't let people talk down on him. She won't stay quiet when someone throws shade at his life. choices, or flaws, and she damn sure won't join in. That's female respect in its purest form. This isn't about defending your ego. It's about how she views you at her core. If she speaks with pride, if her friends already know what you stand for before you've even met them, she's been protecting your name like it's tied to hers. That's loyal woman behavior. That's what women only do when they genuinely admire you. They make your reputation sacred, and once a woman feels like you're part of her image, she becomes fiercely protective of how the world sees you. Ask yourself this: what would her best friend say about you right now? Would she say, "Oh, he's all right"? Or would she say, "He's different. She talks about him all the time"? That difference is massive. One shows casual dating, the other shows behind-the-scenes female respect, the kind that builds silently without needing to be asked for. If she brags about your discipline, your ambition, or even the way you touch her mind before her body, that's a woman who's all in. And it's not just words. Look for small things. She tags you in posts that match your mindset. She quotes you. She uses phrases you said when talking to others. That's how you know you're in her head. When you've made that level of imprint, she's already started seeing herself through your lens. That's not just admiration, that's obsession forming. And it started with power dynamics in relationships that made her feel like your presence upgrades her identity. But most men blow this moment without realizing it. When they hear she said something positive, they downplay it, get awkward, or make jokes. Stop. That's your moment to reinforce the frame. The right move: smile, say could, and move on like it's expected. Not because you're arrogant, but because you know who you are. That confidence keeps her in the rhythm of she values you. And every time she defends you, she bonds deeper without even knowing why. Here's the key takeaway. A woman can flirt with anyone. She can fake interest in public, but she only defends one man in private, the one who leads with strength, lives with integrity, and doesn't shrink under pressure. That man becomes someone she not only respects, but feels responsible for. And when she feels responsible for how people see you, that's the beginning of a loyalty that doesn't crack under pressure. And you might be thinking, does that mean she's ready to invest more than just attention? Is this where admiration becomes action? Or is there a deeper shift about to happen that most men never see coming? The moment she starts serving you, when her actions turn into submission without you asking for it. When a woman truly respects you, her behavior becomes service. Not because you demand it, not because you manipulate her, but because every part of her is drawn to give. Give her energy, her body, her softness, her time, her food, her full attention, and eventually her full surrender. This isn't just desire. This is behind-the-scenes female respect in full bloom, the moment where she starts showing you who she is without filters, without makeup, without hesitation. Here's the difference. A woman can be sexually attracted to you and still withhold herself. But once she starts offering comfort, care, and softness without being asked, it means she no longer sees you as a maybe. She sees you as the one. The man worth giving her feminine essence to. That includes the sensual version of her most men never meet. The version that greets you at the door, in silence, in a robe, just looking. That's not play. That's primal instinct responding to masculine relationship energy. This kind of dynamic doesn't come from flowers and dinners. It comes from how you earn her respect in your presence through boundaries, silence, eye contact, and certainty. You walk differently. You correct her with calm. You reward her softness with strength. And that balance flips her switch. She stops performing. She starts responding. She doesn't offer her body as a test anymore. She gives it as a reward. Her passion becomes devotion. And her lips don't just kiss. They linger like she's feeding on your energy. Want proof? Watch how she starts doing little things for you, fixing your collar, bringing you water, remembering how you like your eggs, asking if you're okay even when you didn't say a word. She values your time in motion, follows your lead without it needing to be said. Her eyes soften, her tone slows, her body opens, and suddenly the dynamic is flipped. She's chasing you because her biology is telling her, this is safe, this is strong, stay close. But here's where most men lose the frame. They get too impressed, too reactive. They say things like, wow, no one's ever done that for me, or worse, why are you doing all this? Stop. That's how you kill her instinct. Instead, receive it with calm appreciation. A nod, a low thank you, maybe a light touch on her lower back. That subtle feedback reinforces the loop. That's proof of admiration, creating respect that builds obsession. And when her actions start turning into sensual submission, when she starts watching you like you're the only man in the room, waiting for your reaction, craving your praise, you've crossed into something rare. You're no longer sharing intimacy, you're leading it. You've become the high-value man her body and mind have agreed to follow, and that changes the way she touches you, holds you, and even looks at you after the lights are off. But what happens when that physical surrender starts bleeding into her decisions? When she not only desires you, but starts shaping her life around your presence? When she starts living around you, how her mind begins orbiting yours without you forcing a thing? There's a moment in every man's dynamic when the woman starts shifting her schedule, her routines, even her emotional rhythm, all to match his. And she won't announce it, she just does it. Suddenly, your habits become her influence, your pace becomes her tempo. That's not romance, that's not routine, that's hidden female behavior, showing she's already chosen you. Not just for tonight, but for something much more territorial, something primal. You'll know it when she starts asking about your next move before she talks about hers. What time are you free? Becomes her new default. She begins sinking to you, and the crazy part, she doesn't even realize it. Her attraction has evolved. It's not just physical anymore. You've entered her thoughts. You've claimed real estate in her decisions. And it all started the moment she felt she admires you, not for what you say, but for how you move like a man she respects. Here's where it gets intimate. Her body starts craving your rhythm. She matches your energy without trying. If you're calm, she's calm. If you're intense, she sharpens. If you say, I need silence today, she gives you space without question. That's female respect rewriting her emotional patterns. She's no longer just reacting, she's aligning, not because she's weak, but because she's recognizing your strength is worth orbiting. And yes, it turns her on. Most men chase this without knowing what they're chasing. They think, how do I get her obsessed? But obsession isn't created through pressure. It's created through subtle masculine gravity, where every interaction with you carries weight, where your absence is felt like tension in her skin, where a missed call from you feels like a void. That's the difference between casual sex and a woman craving your presence even when she's not naked. Here's something concrete. Pay attention to how she adapts. Does she start dressing the way you like? Listening to the music you play? Quoting your phrases when she talks to others? That's not mimicry, that's imprint. That's attraction versus respect, turning into emotional loyalty. Her femininity is now being shaped by your masculinity. And in return, her faithful woman behavior starts deepening, even if you haven't claimed exclusivity yet. Now, don't mistake this for control. You're not forcing her to change. She's changing because she wants to, because she sees you as the high-value man worth adapting for. That shift, where she voluntarily steps into your frame, is what separates he's hot from I can't lose him. And the moment she starts thinking that way, you've already taken leadership of her inner world, and that's when things get dangerous, because now her identity is starting to entangle with yours, her goals, her emotions, her pace. So the question becomes, when she starts building her life around you, do you even realize the influence you now hold over the direction of her entire being? When she invests in your future, why a woman who respects you starts fueling your mission. Here's a secret most men never realize. A woman who truly respects you doesn't just want your attention, she wants your purpose. She watches you move, hears you talk about your goals, and quietly starts asking, how can I be part of that? And this isn't about ambition or status. It's about how she values your time, your clarity, and the man you're becoming. The more you show vision, the more she invests. Not because you told her to, but because her biology is wired to support a man who leads. This is the shift. She stops asking for time and starts creating space for your mission. You say you have to work late. She sends food without asking. You're up early grinding. She texts, "Go kill it today." That's not small talk. It's genuine admiration in action. Her energy becomes reinforcement. Her attention becomes fuel. She starts protecting your focus like it's sacred. When that happens, you're no longer dealing with just a partner. You've got a silent partner in your purpose. What does this look like in real life? It's not always grand gestures. It's subtle but consistent. She learns your calendar. She knows when to pull back and when to show up. She challenges you when you're slacking. She celebrates your wins like they're her own. That's what women only do for men they respect. They pour into your momentum without needing credit for it. She's not trying to lead. She's following your lead because she sees that respect is stronger than love. Here's the trick. You don't earn this by explaining your dreams. You earn it by living them. High-value women don't respond to talk, they respond to movement. You show up consistently, speak with direction, and keep your standards sharp. And she will rise to meet you. She'll start filtering her life through the lens of your vision. That's when you know she's no longer just sleeping with you. She's mentally investing in you. That's rare. That's powerful. Here's where most men kill this dynamic. They get comfortable, they stop growing. They assume her loyalty will stay even if their discipline fades. Wrong. Attraction without respect doesn't last. And once the mission dies, the admiration dies with it. You want her loyalty. Stay on your path. You want her obsession. Let her see that her presence makes you stronger, but her absence wouldn't break you. That balance is magnetic, something practical. Involve her without depending on her. Let her see you build. Ask her thoughts. Let her contribute. Not because you need help, but because her insights matter. When she feels included, she starts defending your progress like it's hers. As she protects your name through action, that's the kind of bond that doesn't snap under pressure. It deepens. Then it hits a new level. She doesn't just support your mission. She starts becoming a reflection of it. So the question is, once she's tied her identity to your future, how do you lead in a way that keeps both of you rising? When she starts changing around you, her entire energy shifts when she doesn't want to lose you. There's a moment, subtle but unmistakable, when a woman begins editing herself in your presence. She softens her tone, she adjusts her posture, she watches her words, not out of fear, not to impress you, but because she doesn't want to lose access to the man who makes her feel something no one else does. That's not romance. That's instinctual recalibration. She only respects one man, and now she's acting like it. Watch closely and you'll see it. The way she becomes more feminine, more intentional, more emotionally tuned in when she's around you. The wild, chaotic energy she used to carry calms. The sass, the sarcasm, the testing, it fades. She doesn't want to provoke you, she wants to please you, not in a weak way, in a loyal woman way. A woman who senses she's with a man who sets the tone, responds in kind. Most men miss this. They think she's being fake or playing nice, but it's not a performance. It's proof of admiration, reshaping her emotional frequency. Women aren't built to submit to every man. They only adjust for the ones who hold power with calm. When a woman feels your standards without you having to say them, she naturally aligns. Her outfits change, her words shift, her eyes linger longer. She brings out the most elegant version of herself because she sees you as someone worthy of elevation. Here's where it gets physical. You'll notice she becomes more deliberate with her sensuality. Her touches become slower, her voice warmer. She makes eye contact and doesn't break it. She undresses not just with her body, but with her attention. That's not just sexual energy, that's respect-building obsession in action. It doesn't come from how much she likes you. It comes from how much she believes in the man you are when no one's watching. Want a real-world example? Let her see you call out a boundary calmly. No yelling, no emotion, just firmness. Say something like, "That's not how I move," and mean it. Watch how fast her entire mood shifts. That's the moment she sees your spine. Once she does, her behavior will either rise to meet your frame or fall away entirely. But if she respects you, you'll see her recalibrate in real time. She'll mirror your values, not because you asked her to, but because she wants to fit into your world. And the beauty of all this, she won't talk about the change. She won't make a scene. She just becomes better, softer, more precise, more sensual. That secret female behavior is reserved only for the man who awakens both her desire and her respect. That's not temporary. That's transformation. It only happens when you've become the standard. Here's the final question. Now that she's shifting everything to keep her place in your world, are you man enough to lead that world with strength, clarity, and unshakable direction? Now that you've seen the 6 things women only give to a man they truly admire and respect, the real question is, what are you doing with this knowledge? Are you ready to step into the role of a man who doesn't chase but attracts, who doesn't demand but commands through presence, purpose, and discipline? Because the truth is, once she respects you, her behavior changes without force. If you ignore these signs, you'll keep settling for shallow attraction, never touching the depth she reserves for the man she can't replace. So let me ask you, have you ever noticed a woman slowly shift around you, become softer, more invested, more loyal, without you even asking? Or are you always the one chasing attention that never feels fully real? Be honest. That answer will show you exactly where you are in your development as a man. Drop in the comments, "I'm becoming the man she respects." Let that be your first declaration, maybe your first challenge, because now that you know what she only gives to a man who earns it, there's no going back. Thank you truly for watching this far. Your attention means everything, and I don't take that lightly. If this message hits something real inside you, please like this video, share it with someone who needs it, and subscribe to the channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss the next lesson, because we're just getting started.